Hello and welcome to Everquest Heroic Level 100 video for the Druid. So I already have one kind of set up here. I deleted my other one that I just made, and we're going to do the Druid now. So everything's random. Druid, I'm going to do a Halfling. I haven't done a Halfling Druid in a long time, but let's go ahead and get into the game here. This will spawn us in Shard's Landing as a Druid, but we're gonna have to do a little bit of stuff before we're ready to go here, because I have a feeling we're not gonna have a Fire Beetle Eye, so we're gonna have to go get a Fire Beetle Eye and anything else that we need. So let's go ahead and take care of that. All right, so here we are. We're in with our heroic character. We're not gonna change the UI. Leave that the same. We're going to close that. We're going to get rid of everything on all these bars here. So right click, clear hotbar, save, clear hotbar, clear hotbar. Come on. There we go. And just like all the other videos I've done with these characters, I use the mouse. So I have my mouse, has 12 buttons on it. So it goes numpad 1 through 12. And I have those all bound here, and then shift here, so depending on that. All right, so we are a halfling. I'm gonna hit Alt W and Alt D to get rid of that stuff at the top screen, and then I'm gonna clear out these news items from current events. So there's a 15% off sale in the store. I wish I would have known that before I bought heroic characters. All right, so what did we start with? We started with a barbarian mercenary tank, which is perfect. So that's going to be good. Let's take a look at the AAs. We're going to turn on auto grant. Next time we zone, we're going to get some stuff. So if we look in our bags, we did not get a Fire Beetle Eye. So keep that in mind. We will need to get one. So we're going to switch to can activate. We're going to go over here. We're going to make 1, 2, come on, clicky click, and 3 new bars. We're gonna put those bars like right here. We're gonna put the target over there. We're gonna move this health bar right here so we can kind of see our health easier. Oh my god, I cannot drag anything today. We're gonna put these bars, just kind of stack them up right here. This is just where we're going to dump AAs, right? So you would typically, you're going to want to optimize however you want to play the character. I'm doing a lot of stuff in these videos kind of a little bit different in the sense that I'm literally just figuring it out as I go. Like, I don't know anything about where I'm going with this beforehand. So it's kind of like that. So I'm going to put Origin on my bar down here. I don't really need it as a Druid, but it will help. All right, so let's take a look here. We got Exodus. We're going to put that on our bar too, right next to Origin. And Egress, right next to those. So Call of the Wild. That's a res. We don't need it. Communion of the Cheetah makes us run faster. We're going to put that on our 1 key. And just hitting that gives us 1 minute of almost bar taste. All right, focus, that is going to be a burn, so we're going to put that right there. That lowers the resist modifier on mobs, so our stuff will hit better. Forced rejuvenation, I'm just going to throw that with the burns, just in case. I'm going to put gate right here next to Origin, just to have them on the bar. Improved twin cast, this is a burn. I'm going to put that down there. Innate camouflage, that's utility, that'll make us invisible, so we can go like that, instantly invisible. Mark a travel. This will set our second bind point. The same as a bind affinity. We don't worry about that. Massacre buff. Don't worry about that. Mist walk. That'll make us jump forward quite a bit. Let's put that on our bar here, so we can use that when we're gonna eventually have to go to the common lands to get a fire beetle anyway. We actually might be able to go to Misty to go get one. So we're gonna do that here in a minute. Let's see here. This is a healing burn. We're going to put that right there. This is a root that locks them back. Okay, so we want this. We're going to put that We're gonna put it right there for right now, and another one. Oh, we got 2 roots. Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect levitation. We'll set that right there. That's going to be useful. We're going to open up another bar right quick. I have a feeling we're going to be filling this up. And we're just in the archetype, right? Pre-incarnation. So this is pre-incarnation. I believe this is the what you call it spells that resurrect you. Where does that? Where are those even at? Resurrection. Where are they? I have no idea. That is so. I mean, I may be just like going right over it here, but could have sworn there it is. Promised. No, that's the delayed heals. Yeah, well, this just it's a buff to have. We should probably put that on here. If we cast it right here. Pre-incarnation grants you a chance at a second life, so this will make sure we don't die, and we don't have to memorize a spell for it. We have an AA ability for it. Alright, Purified Spirits. That is just a cure. We'll just pop that right down there. Radiant Cure. That's another cure for pretty much diseases. I think it does diseases, poisons, and curses. So pretty nice. Secondary Recall. That's another teleport spell. So when you mark your what is it? Mark of travel, you can secondary recall to it. Shared Invisibility, we'll put that right there. Or camo. Silent Casting, I put that with the burns. Spellcasting Subtlety, this lowers your threat. I'm going to turn that on. Spirit of Eagles, so I like I like going fast, right? But I hate levitate. So Fly to the Eagles is kind of one of those things. Teleport Bind, that's another one of the teleport spells. And Teleport Guild Hall. We're not in a guild on this character, so we don't. And then third, Recall. Just lots of teleport spells and stuff like that. And then Tranquil Blessings is another one, kind of like Mass Group Buff, where all your group buffs will be cast on everybody. And then Veil of the Underbrush, we're going to put that on 5. Numpad 5, so that when we click that like clears us from combat, and theoretically, possibly, we will not die. So put that there. All right, class abilities. Blessing a Row. This will cast the highest level of Clutch a Row. Surround your target with dancing flames, lowering your attack. This spell will also reflect healing upon your target's target. So this is we're gonna target something and do that. So that's a damage ability. We're gonna put. I didn't really plan this out really well, did I? I'm gonna move these burns. We'll just put it there. Blessing and Tunar. Those everybody in a certain range. We don't actually have that one. Convergence of Spirit. This is another kind of like healing ability. Destructive Vortex. That's a burn ability. We don't have it though. Dire Charm could be fun. We had fun with the Enchanter one, that's for sure. 6-minute permanent charm could be interesting. We might try that. We might not. We have the tank mercenary. And so it's not really that big a deal. All right. Distant Conflagration, when activated, allows you to twin cast 5 spells from your remote line. We don't have that one yet, though. Group Spirit of the Great Wolf blesses all group members in a 200 radius with a spell damage increase. So this is a kind of a burn because it only lasts for 2 minutes, and it just makes everything better. It's a really good spell. So these are the kind of like damaging spells that druids get. They're kind of nice, actually. So they're insta-cast, 15-second reuse. So Nature's Bolt, which does 29,000 damage. Pop these down here. Nature's Boon, which is a heal. That up there. Nature's Fire, 29,000 fire damage. This one's a 0.5 cast time. I believe the other one was too, right? Yeah, but I think they become instantly castable at some point. I think they're instant cast on my 120 Druid, so I'm not 100% sure. There's a Frost one. And then there's a Fury one that increases your base direct damage spell. So this is kind of like a something you're going to want to cast during a burn. Nature's Fury, Nature's Guardian summons a level 99 bear. This is another, I would almost call that a burn. What's the reuse on that? 10 minutes, so you could probably cast that on cooldown, depending on how you want to play. Protection of the Direwood consumes mana to absorb 75% of incoming damage up to 100,000. Provides a chance with a 440% chance to trigger the Jolt, which makes them not hate you. So that's a defensive. Where am I gonna put that? We're gonna right there maybe. Rejuvenation of Spirit, that is our res, 96% res. We got that at level 100. Seasons of Wrath increases the damage your target takes from cold and fire. Put that in the burn pile. Spire of Nature, that's another burn. So this will increase our damage by 2,000 points and direct damage critically by 21%. It's pretty insane. Alright, Spirit of the Bear, when activated, increases your target's health by 10,000. So this is a tanking kind of ability. And where do we want to put that? Let's make another bar here. Got a lot of bars, and obviously I'm kind of just splitting these up into different categories. This is going to be like the tanking line right here, so anything that helps the tank, right? So if she's getting destroyed, we can do something to help her out. Spirit of the Great Wolf. Let's see here. This is a 2-minute, so this is a kind of a burn. Put that right here. Nature's Guardian. What was this? This was the one that summoned all the little pets. We're gonna put that right there. We're gonna have a whole thing of burns for sure. So we were at Spirit of the Bear, Spirit of the Wood. When activated, imbues all group members within 200 range with a 4,750 yeah, I can't even talk. 4,700 health every 6 seconds. It's a group heal and a damage shield. So we'll put that right there. It's kind of a, oh, things are going bad kind of thing. Spirit of Nature, that's just like Nature's Guardian. So we'll put that right there. This is more of a self buff. I'm going to put that one right there. Swarm of the Fireflies. This ability, when activated, places your target under the protection of the Firefly Guardian Spirit for 6 minutes. Drops below 40%, it will heal them. So this is a kind of a throw it on the tank if they're going to get, chunked down. Vortex Row casts your highest Pillar of Row spell. So that's a damage spell. We'll just pop that, pop it right there. Wall of Wind. This ability, when activated, consumes 8 opponents in a 100-foot long cone in front of you in violent wind. It pushes them back and snares them for 2 minutes. That is nice. We'll put that right there next to those root ones. Wild Tinder's Survival. So this will cast Survival of the Fortuitous. Gives your companions the will to survive despite overwhelming odds, rescuing group members that are in danger. So this is like an oh crap button, right? The lower the health, the better. So almost like the Cleric Arbitration spell. So we're gonna just drop that right up there next to the tank stuff. Wild Tenders Unity. So this is, we don't have that one yet, actually. Get it when we zone, I think. And let's see here, Wrath of the Wild, when activated, increases your target's damage shield by 23,000 for a chance to proc this, 7 hits, so reduce damage by 150. So this is another tank ability. I'm going to put these like that. Alright, so that is all of the abilities. We should sit. So let's take off our helmet because I don't like not seeing it. What do we got in our bags here? Food. And we got a saddle. Let's go ahead and mount up so we get the buff. There we go. We can get rid of that. So that gives us... oh, we lost our mercenary. I gotta go get money too. Because I don't have any money on the character since it's a heroic one. Alright. That I've already deleted like 5 times. Alright, so we'll, first thing first, let's start clicking our items. Just make sure we get all these buffs. Let's make this bigger so we can get rid of these in a second. So we just need to click them once to get all the AAs. You see everything's just going down there. I kind of went over them in one of the earlier heroic videos, but they're all pretty much the same thing. All the clickies here. You see our hit points are going up, and I think I got them all. Prismatic Ward, and perfect. Everybody's happy. All right, so we can click off Shadow of the Ward, Shadow of Expanding Mind, Shadow of Defense, Shadow of the Meridian, Illusionary Spikes, and Geomancer. You can keep those. And Shadow of Knowledge, you can get rid of that one. And you want to leave the mount buff, because that is useful. Alright, so now we get into like the opinionated spell section. I'm going to start with buffs. We're going to make a buff spell set, and then we're going to make a damage spell set. So, starting at the top, we want to, I think Froststone Aura is going to be our aura. Yeah, adds burst to our ice damage, which I think is going to be what we're going to want to do. We're going to probably, I think ice is the nuke of the day. So, all right, now we're going to grab skipping damage. We're going to go straight to buffs. So we're going to get Granite Bark Blessing, and we're gonna so this temporary buffs, that's what we're going to cast on our mercenary, but we don't need to do that on us. I don't think any of those are useful for this part. See here. Make it a nurturing guardian. I don't know what this is. I ignored it completely with my other druid because I power leveled her. All right, and we're gonna get HP regen. We're gonna get mana regen. We'll go over all these here in a second. All right, we don't need Fire Fist. We don't need Resist for what we're doing, but there they are. Mammoth Force. Might as well just memorize it for now, right? Strength buff. I think it does some more too. So these are all teleports. We don't need any of those right now. But we're gonna go do some hunting here in a minute. All right. Combat Initiate. So we're gonna put these on the other bar because we're gonna want to buff our mercenary with some buffs. So sorry about that. Legacy of the Spike Thistles. We're gonna memorize that one now. And we're gonna want Natural Unity. And they just keep coming, right? Let's see here. That takes care of all of that. We don't need any of those. Don't need any of that. Don't need that. Melee Guard. Let's take a look at that one real quick. There's a lot of spells here. Miscellaneous, Pre-Incarnation. That's what the spell was. Second life, that's all that the AA gives us that, and it lasts for an hour from the AA. And twin cast, we'll put that on the other bar, and we don't need any of those. And then all of these are aggressive spells. All right, so the first thing we do, so Shift A, that'll show us our auras, right? So we have the frost aura on, so keep that in mind as we do this. So we're gonna do Granite Bark Blessing, which is a see here, hardens our skin, increases our hit points, mana regen, endurance regen, and armor class. Nurturing Growth summons a bear cub that restore mana to you when it reaches maturity. If you currently have the spell active, it will prevent itself from being cast again. So I literally have never cast a spell before, but it gives us a little pet bear, and then it'll give us mana at some point in time in the future. All right, we're gonna get health regen here, and then this one is mana regen, so this will give us improved vision, mana regen, and it zooms the camera out. It's really nice. Mammoth Force, so this one used to just be a strength buff, but now it does attack rating also, so that's pretty nice. Legacy of the Thistle, Big Thistle, that's just our damage shield. Natural's Unity, right? So this will cast that mana regen buff plus the spike coat, which I guess I didn't click, so this will do it. There we go, we get the 2 buffs there. And there we go, that's all our buffs. Pretty easy, so we're gonna do buffs. Less complex than a lot of the other classes, but there we go. So we can go ahead and get rid of all of these. Now remember, we're using the Frost Aura, so our first... Oh, how do we want to do this? We want damage over time, but let's go ahead and get this for nuke here. And let's get some... I don't know here, this is tricky. Because we're gonna be healing mostly. We're gonna be healing the mercenaries, the way the play style. I think I'm gonna go with on this, but we'll see here. Let's do Chill of the Visionary. It's damage over time. Nature's Withering Wrath. So we're gonna need to go get a Fire Beetle, Sunblaze, and of course I clicked that off. Incinerating. Sunray? I think those all stack. I'll have to look here in a second. And then Horde of the Multitudes. But let's double check all these, right? So that's Chill of the Nature's Ward, Nature's Blazing Wrath, Sun Scorch, and Stinging Swarm. And here's the... Oh, we can only have 4, so... Let's look at the dots first, then we'll go back to that one. So, Chill the Visionary. Curses your target with a Chill of the Visionary, dealing 2,400 damage every 6 seconds for a minute. If it lasts its full duration, a more damaging frost will form on the target. So, what the idea would be is we cast all these dots, and then we go into like a defensive mode where we keep the mercenary alive, and then recast these as necessary. Nature's Withering Wrath, so this will do 11,000 damage initially, and 11,000 damage every 6 seconds for 18 seconds, so that's 3 ticks. So what is that, 40,000-ish damage total. It's a 3-second cast time, so that's going to be kind of casted over, and I believe it requires one of these requires a Beetle Eye. Unless they got rid of that requirement. Let's see here. Sunblaze. So this one burns your target for 5,100 damage every 6 seconds for 30 seconds. And Horde of the Multitudes is 4,700 damage every 6 seconds for 54 seconds. So 4 dots that we're going to want to cast all the time. And then we have this one nuke here that does 7,000 damage. I don't think the fire one does anymore. Let's double check. Yeah, so some of these are like, you got some weird combinations you can do and stuff like that. Let's see here. So actually, this one's actually pretty nice. We might want to cast this one. So this one will burn your target and grant you a twin cast for the next 2 heals. Actually, so let's do some changing here. Let's put that up there. We're not going to cold nuke. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to be doing it. So let's put that there. Like so. And then that way we can go, our spell's going to be like that, right? Then we'll get twin cast for our next 2 heals if we cast those. And so we're going to want to do 3. Get the timing on these things here. Which is the longest one? We're going to want Swarm. And then we're going to want Sunblaze. And then we're going to want Nature's Wrath. So these are in sort of duration, so we're going to be like spamming 6 pretty much. Alright. That should work for that. Let's look at the remote spells real quick. Because we're going to have to change... It's Moonfire. Might change some of this around. Yeah, so we're going to... This one, once we don't have to change our target. We can attack our mercenary and this will attack the mob. So we're going to keep that one up there. And we'll put that on 7. So if we need to nuke something, there we go. Actually, I'm going to switch these around. There, perfect. Alright, so I'm making it up as I go along, as you know. So let's look at heals now. That should be enough of that. So I'm not concerned about curing any of this nonsense right now. So we're going to want Adrenaline Rush. We're going to want Vivification. And I'm gonna put Luna Sausage, Luna Sanage on just to see what it does, right? So let's load these 3 up. All right, so Adrenaline Rush is a really fast cast, 14,000 healing, and it chances to absorb incoming damage. So it's a really fast cast, so that's kind of nice. And we're gonna put that on our numpad 2. And let's see here. Vivification is just a normal heal. So really fast cast too, but it heals about the same. So put that one here. And some of these have cooldowns, so it's kind of not a good idea to keep those out. And this is another instant cast. No, this one's a 4.5 second cast actually. Group heal. So just in case we need that, we'll put that right down there. All right, and then we're going to want to grab Temporary Rampant Growth. And we're going to want Combat Initiates Husk the Reptile. And I don't know what else. Let me look here. Detrimental. So I thought we have a snare. I guess I skipped over it. Here it is. A trap. We're going to put that like right there because we're going to want to snare stuff. What kind of roots do we get? So that'll be something to keep in mind. Vine Lash Assault. I think that's the same one the Ranger got. Alright, so I think we got some spells. We're going to go ahead and save this as DPS. Alright. I'm not 100% sure if I need the Fire Beetle Eye, and I don't want to really risk it. So I'm going to go get a Fire Beetle Eye real quick. So I'm going to go to Ring of Misty. Grab one. But I think we're set spell-wise for now. We have everything kind of organized and makes sense. at least in my mind. So we're gonna go to Misty Thicket, grab a fire beetle eye, and I think that's all we need. Should take like 2 seconds to grab one. Alright, we're gonna memorize tracking over here. And let's see if we can find a fire beetle. There's one right there. So, head to the right. There's one. Guess that is not gonna drop one. And there's another. To the left. So this is a newbie zone, so that's, you know, the only one I think we can teleport directly to. Alright, fire beetle leg. Nope, we don't want that. Alright, see if we can find another one. And yeah, druids get tracking, so it's, I feel like it's almost as good as the ranger tracking, but it is what it is. All right, there's our fire beetle eye. This will not be consumed if I'm right, but we'll see. Another thing I want to do real quick, go into special. This is only because I have all my money in my shared bank, or at least some money, and I don't have the money to summon the mercenary. So, all right, get back to Shard's Landing. When I deleted the first one, I mailed it all to Nomergard instead of putting it in my shared bank, so I messed up there. Alright. So we're going to decline the quest. I don't care. We're going to unsuspend. And we're going to actually switch to the buff spell set. Because I don't believe, buffed her. So she has no buffs. Because I believe she disappeared, so you only get a few minutes with these mercenaries if you don't have any money. Alright, so we're gonna do the group HP buff. Let's see here. Regen. Mammoth Force. Damage shield. And there we go. Alright, so now we can switch back to DPS. And we should be good to go. Oh, this will be interesting. So the way we'll do this is I'm going to turn off auto assist. I'm going to put a call assist button. Come on, give me the call assist button here. Alright, I guess there is no a way to do it that way. We're going to do Husk of the Reptile on her. That gives her I believe, let's look at it real quick. Gives her a proc buff that will kind of heal her for 72 seconds, but we'll see. Alright, let's turn the maps on so we can see where we actually are. And we're going to go to the same spot we've gone to for all these. So it's kind of balanced and makes a little bit of sense, right? So I lost my bear pet. I'm not going to maintain that. I don't have the the patience for short-term buffs. It just annoys me, if anything. Alright, so here we are with the snakes. What we're gonna do is, this is gonna be the first one right here. We're gonna hit 7 to snare it, bring it in. We're gonna call the mercenary in. We're gonna do 1. Actually, that's not the one I wanted to. We're gonna start nuking it. We're gonna have to switch to heal here in a second. Get these dots on it. Alright, switch to heal. Just get her tapped up. Didn't have enough time to get more come on, really? I can't target it with tab. Let's see here. Let's get that on there. And just switch back and forth. There. Got a crit heal. That on. There we go. I'm messing that up big time. Adrenaline rush. Come on. So I think from her I can do... Where did I put it? Try to remember where I put spells. It's really the thing here. Where did I put remote sun blessing? Where? It's 6. Alright, so 1. Did that work? Let me see here. Oh, it's got a longer recast time than I'd really like, but there we go. And then I can just target this guy. Kind of keep these dots on there. But as you can see, this is relatively easy, right? And we're gonna do an adrenaline rush. Now, where's my mount? Now, I don't know if I needed that fire bead alive, but definitely something to keep an eye on. There we go. So we got the first one down. It was much easier than any of the other ones so far, right? Like we're not really stressing about this. Like it's really easy. So like we're gonna get this guy right here. Gonna entrap him. And if you've watched any of the other heroic videos, right? It's like the first few I'm trying to figure it all out, and then after that we get going. All right, we're gonna pull him over here. Call assist. Now let's use an AA ability on this one. So we're gonna use Wild Wrath. That gives her a massive damage shield. You can see there's the extended target. And it kind of does something, but not a whole lot. So 3. Ideally, you'd want to set up macros that auto-target between everything. But I don't have that set up at the moment. Get her healed up here. There we go. And I don't know why I can't click on her. I guess I have click through mercenary on, right? So right here, general, click through mercenaries. That's why when I click on her, I can't target her. A little bit annoying, but now that I know, let's see here. Actually keep her alive. So remote, where is it? Remote? It's Moonfire, right? Freezes your target and heals your target. Target for, yeah. So if I go here and I go like that, 1, that healed her. So a little bit tricky on some of this stuff. You gotta like make sure you get things on right in the right order. I healed the pet that time. Oh my god, she's gonna die. Okay, I failed. Terrible healer. Alright. So this thing's snared. We're gonna do not that one. Root it and figure this out. Just take a second to figure it out. I'm out of mana too, so it is, you know, obviously it takes a little bit of time to kind of get used to, you know, your class and whatnot. And I think this is the first mercenary we actually lost. So That's interesting though. So I'm going to just nuke him. He should die. Or not. It only does 2% damage. That is less than I thought it would do. There we go. Alright. So I need to wait 5 minutes now for the mercenary to let me res it, and then we'll be back. And I should be full mana by then. Alright, I've resummoned the mercenary, I've rebuffed, and I just want to note this, I was doing it wrong. Sunbeam Blessing. You target the target that you want to actually do damage to, and the same with Remote Moonfire, so... I think I was targeting the wrong one, but here we go. Let's put this on the bar so I can mount and dismount quicker. There should be one up over here now, right? There he is. So we're gonna do this again. The mercenary should be fine. So we're going to entrap this one. Bring it up here. Oh, come on, really? I'm used to the instacast that the Necros get. Alright, so now we can do Blessing, Moonfire. Should heal her. And then 3. And then heal her. Wild Wrath her. And 5, 4. There we go. So she's good. And then we can go back to that. We can do Remote Moonfire. That healed her. Like that. And then back to her. So it's just a matter of, you know, learning the keys, right? I'm not... I have macros on my healing characters, right? That I'm just like constantly... I know exactly what I'm going to do. And it's just a little different on you know, a new character, right? You don't have everything set up. I have so many more macros set up that it's just a little bit different. And whatnot. Go. And then target back her. Gonna go ahead and top her off. And as you can see, this is going a lot more smooth. But at the same time, it's a little bit difficult to kind of keep track of all the dots stuff on the guy, right? So not my ideal playstyle. All right, there is another snake over there, so we're gonna go ahead and trap it. Going to call the visionary. Try to get as many of these dots on as we can, or we have to switch. Oh, Moonfire. That'll heal her. And Withering Wrath. All that's on there. And that looks good. So we can also click some of these right here. Like, the biggest problem I have with Druids is they burn through mana like there's nothing else. Like, it is pretty bad. Even if all you do is like heal and like send a dot, right? It is mana intensive playstyle to play a Druid. And it's really slow otherwise, right? Like if I'm not doing other things, I'm not doing anything at all, right? So it's kind of one of those tricky situations. Let's go ahead and do that. As long as we keep Wrath on there, we could probably put Bear Spirit. What was this one? Let's see here. Increase your max health. So it's the same as Rampant Growth. There we go. And it's running, so we don't have to worry about healing her now. But as you can see, we've fairly successfully been able to level up. What kind of experience are we getting here? 0.1. So, you know, it's not that great of experience here. And this is where you'd want to practice, right? This is a good practice zone. You could take this mercenary and go to the House of Duel and do stuff there. I notice I'm not pulling the 2-pack right there because I'd have to like, well, let's do it. Let's give ourselves a challenge, right? So we're gonna do the Spore Paralyze, right? She's gonna attack that and attack the other one because she's marked as main tank. So that's just how that is. Let's target the one she's on. So she should taunt both of these no matter what. But I'm like out of mana, so I didn't really think that through. But we can kind of play with this. And I don't have to heal her as much on this one. I already lost my aura. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it doesn't work the way I'm thinking in my head. We don't have any kind of way to get back mana. So that's one issue that's kind of problematic. And we can just heal with Moonstrike probably. Or whatever it's called. Sunbeam Blessing. And Remote Moonfire. Alright, this one. Let's see if we can get a dot on him. Let's do Bear Spirit on her. What was Swarm of the Fireflies? Yeah, so we have a lot of like clicky heal things that I didn't do and all that stuff. Like, there's a lot of options that you have as a druid, so don't think that how I'm playing it is the only way to do it. You can do it however you want. You can also kite around. I'm too lazy for that, so like I don't even have any mana left. So grouping a druid with an enchanter or a bard is a pretty good idea. Those two kind of, they have like a good synergy with the extra mana regen you get plus the spell damage. So, all right, this thing's dying slowly, and that's, you know, we don't have any mana to do anything, so it is what it is. And these are light blue to us, so the mercenary should be able to solo it. I don't think I have Husk on it. Well, that's a waste of mana, but there we go. Husk of the Reptile on her. It only has like 72 uses, so it's like a cast it pretty often kind of thing. All right, there we go. So that is the Heroic Druid, level 100. It's a pretty fun class. I mean, I have a 120 Druid. I use it mostly for power leveling and things like that. It pairs well with like a Necromancer, a Mage, you know, Enchanter. It pairs well with spell casting kind of things, because when you get into the burns, right? Let's go back to the UI here. A lot of these burns are really, some of these help, like the Wolf line helps the spellcasters and stuff like that with extra nuke damage. And there's some later on spells that kind of synergize well with other people in that way. But definitely a fun class if that's, you know, something you like. They're, you know, they can solo. We are obviously soloing here. We didn't really have any much trouble, except for I couldn't switch target because I had the click through thing off. Right, I didn't know what I was doing. So you know, it's just, you know, it's a different play style and whatnot. But if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And this is the Heroic level 100 Druid. Thank you very much for watching, and have a fantastic day.